Good evening and welcome to Back to School Night at March Middle School. This is your principal, Mr. Owen. You should be in advisory class right now, which is our first period. Thank you, parents, for coming. And in this class, I have a special presentation that I need to make sure all parents see so that you're all informed about our programs here at March Middle School. First of all, we are a school-wide Title I program, which means we get federal funding to support our school in supplementing instruction both during and after school. We do have the free and reduced federal lunch program. It also includes free breakfast for all students who arrive to school by 7:45 a.m. And there's a free dinner provided to students in Think Together and other after-school programs. It's kind of like getting a second lunch. It's a nice opportunity for students who participate in those programs. I'd like to talk a little bit about technology. This year we have something very special, and we're really excited because students are going to be assigned their own Chromebook computer to take home and bring to school each day. This will allow students to be able to do some work at home and will make things so much nicer. I know at home sometimes you have to share devices if you even have a device at home. This way students will have their own device to use. Once they check it out, it will be theirs pretty much for as long as they're here at March Middle School. So we'll expect students to take good care of those. You can get more information about our district at valverde.edu. If you go to middle schools and then select March, you can see all kinds of information about our school. Also, we're excited about a STEAM lab for activities in science, technology, engineering, arts, and math that is just about ready to open. It's an exciting program, and we're really happy with the way our STEAM lab is forming at this time. I'd like to talk a little bit about academic programs. We do follow the California Common Core curriculum. We have an English language development program for students who are acquiring English as a second language. We have a gifted and talented education program where those students are clustered in classes and also can receive some other activities, sometimes after school activities or some other special events and field trips. We have a junior scholars program as well, where we have a special program at each of the grade levels. And many of our GATE students are in the program, but it's not all GATE students. It's a program that students had to apply for and actually interviewed in order to be a part of. And we have STEAM integrated science classes. Really happy about the way our science classes are pairing with other core subjects to do project-based learning. Sorry about that. One of the things we are so proud of is our special education program here at March Middle School. We actually host some special programs for the entire district. So we have an autism program. We just expanded to 2 autism classes. We have 3 basic special day classes, and then we also have 3 life skills classes, and we are host to the Riverside County Office of Education program for deaf and hard of hearing. We also have resource specialist program support for students who qualify for RSP services. For electives, most of our students get 1 elective each semester or throughout each year. And we have electives in art, both Introduction to Art, Advanced Digital. We have ASB class, which focuses on video production and our announcements and other ASB activities. We have an AVID program. Even though AVID is integrated through most all of our classes, we do have some special elective classes for AVID, which stands for Advancement via Individual Determination. We have the premier band program, probably in most of Southern California for middle school. It's just amazing. We have beginning and advanced band. We just started this year with a choir program, 2 periods of choir. And we have a color guard as well. We're very proud of our color guard. They just started competitions for the first time last year and are looking forward to another great year of competitions. We have some students that work as office aides or teacher assistants. We have a peer tutoring program where some of our students go next door to Rainbow Ridge Elementary School and help those students with reading skills and things like that. And then we also have a brand new Spanish 1 program that's for 8th grade students only. We just have 2 periods of that a day where an itinerant teacher comes for those classes. And the students in those classes, they will actually walk away with high school credit in Spanish. So they start meeting some of those criteria for a second language that they will need in high school if they plan on going on to college, which I hope all of our students do. We have many extracurricular activities. There's after-school sports. We have season 1 is cross country, and then we have flag football and girls volleyball. We have boys and girls soccer, season 3, and our final season later in the year is boys and girls basketball, which I gotta say, last year, all of our teams, boys and girls basketball at each level, were champions in the district tournament. So proud of all the work all of our sports are doing. But that's pretty special to have every single team win a championship. ASB clubs are generated by students, and throughout the beginning of the year, they start forming their clubs. They seek a staff member as a sponsor for their clubs, and they're pretty much led by students, but with some direction from a staff sponsor. We do have some occasional GATE after-school classes and activities, and those are things that are kind of set up a couple different times during the year for some extended opportunities beyond the GATE program during the regular class. Our Title I intervention classes after school are usually designed usually right towards the beginning of the school year, a little closer to the midpoint after we have our first grade, so that we can see which students might need some extra help through some after-school programs. Think Together is an after-school program that's offered through Moreno Valley Parks and Recreation that is hosted on this site, and it includes time for homework and other fun activities. There are some minimal attendance requirements to be in the program, but it's free to those who are in it. I'd like to talk a little bit about PBIS, which is our Positive Behavior Intervention and Supports. And those are used to encourage positive behaviors in students. We have a number of incentives and interventions to promote the positive behaviors. We start the beginning of the school year with social skills instruction, and we have an on-campus intervention room that's used at least a couple times a week, and those social skills are taught in that intervention program as well. We have a program called Running with the Pack, which rewards students for phenomenal attendance, academics, and citizenship, and they can earn all kinds of things. They may receive Maverick of the Month awards, but also front of the line passes, electronics day, advisory breaks. We have Fierce Fridays, which are a lot of fun as well. Also, there's a couple field trips for students who earn a couple packs each grading period. If they get a couple in a row, they might earn a special field trip. Parent involvement is so important, and I know it's kind of hard at middle school. Sometimes parent involvement drops off when students go from elementary to middle, but we appreciate parents who are willing to help out. There's many ways to get involved. First of all, we have a school site council where we have 5 elected positions from parents and then 5 elected positions of staff. School site council develops our single plan for student achievement, and we develop budgets for spending our categorical funds as well. There are nomination forms in the quad, at the tables out in the quad. Hopefully you would be willing to nominate another parent or possibly nominate yourself for school site council, and then we will have election ballots shortly thereafter the following week. Also, we have English Language Advisory Committee. That committee represents English language learners, and the committee works to gain information about the school and advise on school programs, and even advise on our SIPSA, our single plan for student achievement as well. There are district level programs for parent involvement too, as well as the Parent Advisory Council and the English Language Advisory Committee for the district. Home school communication is very important, and in this day of technology, we have more ways than ever to communicate, and sometimes that makes things a whole lot easier. But it doesn't help unless you're aware of them. So we do have the district and school website. Actually, you would go to valverde.edu and just select middle schools, and then the middle schools pop up, select March Middle School, and then you can find all kinds of information about our school, even look at separate teachers' websites within our own. We have something called Peach Jar Online, which when we send out flyers, when you sign up for Peach Jar on the website, you will actually get those flyers sent to you either by email or by text on the phone, so that you can always be aware when there's something new. That way it saves us a whole lot of paper. Plus, a lot of times when we give papers to students, they sometimes don't find their way home. We also have our automated information phone calls, which I know sometimes can get a little annoying, but it is a pretty efficient way for us to get information out to the masses. So please kind of go one step beyond when you answer those phone calls to wait to hear what the call is about. We'd appreciate that greatly. Sometimes parents say, well, I didn't know anything about it, or well, when I get those calls, I just hang them up. But they really are important to us and for your student, and you hopefully will find them important as part of being involved in the school. We have email, or you can phone teachers. Sometimes if you want to talk to a teacher, you need to wait till they have their prep period. But if you email or send a phone call, you can leave a message. You can request a meeting as well. Our parent portal will help you access your students' grades and progress. You used the parent portal when you registered your student, so you should all have an account, but you need to be aware that it allows you to access other things about your students. We have parent conference days that will be coming up after the first grading period, which will allow you the opportunity to talk to your child's teacher when you pick up their report card. We also have a school parent compact for achievement, and it outlines things like the district goals, student goals, and home goals. Again, don't forget to stop by the quad to nominate somebody or yourself for school site council. A little more about Parent Portal. You can check the progress on your child's assignments and grades by using our Parent Portal on the district website. You can also download the Valverde Unified School District mobile app on your smartphone. If you have an Android app, you can get that through Google Play, or if you have an Apple, through the Apple App Store. You can even set that up to alert you when your student has certain kinds of grades coming in. We're required to inform you about a couple other things. The Williams Act is an act which sets requirements for educational compliance and provides a means for filing complaints if those requirements are not being met. Williams Act complaint information can be found on the district website, in the school office, and in classrooms. So any classroom you're in, you should see postings on the Williams Act. Also, uniform complaints procedures are in place. Parents are encouraged to always meet with the principal to share or resolve complaints before submitting complaints to the district. Always appreciate that opportunity. Hopefully we can work some things out. And if you're not happy, then you're always welcome to go to the district to file a complaint as well. Hopefully that's not something that happens very often. Well, that's all I have for you. I've taken up probably most of the advisory period. Perhaps there's a little time left for that. But next are our classroom presentations, and you should have a schedule and a time schedule. Each period is about a 13-minute presentation with 3 minutes passing, which should be plenty of time to get to the next class. Please keep in mind that the presentations are for teachers to present on their program, and it's not appropriate to use that time to start asking individual questions about your individual student, because that will monopolize the time so that the teachers can't do their presentation. Again, welcome to March Middle School. We are very proud of our school and the progress our students are making. We're proud of our teaching staff and our programs, and we're also especially proud of our actual site. I believe we have beautiful facilities, and we're very lucky to have such a beautiful school here. I feel lucky to be here and be your principal. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.